The bar closes and you feel like falling down. I'll carry you home tonight.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the...
Hello, my name is Sotoyin Dan, and I'm pretending to use the Wi-Fi service at Billionaire City by Cedarwood. But guess what? It is not ready yet, even though it will be ready when this estate is launched. At Billionaire City by Cedarwood, we pride ourselves for what we have here, an amazing development, a confluence of nature and technology. Billionaire City by Cedarwood would explore futuristic tech amenities to ensure that you have the utmost experience here. From the automated gates to the QR code system for visitor access to CCTV surveillance, periodic drone surveillance, Billionaire City by Cedarwood assures of security. But beyond the security you'll enjoy here, Billionaire City by Cedarwood would have other amazing amenities. Here, there'll be a tech hub and co-work space, so you need not worry too much about troubleshooting your gadgets or getting modern tech information. Aside from that, there'll be a fitness center and a spa, a grocery store, a swimming pool, and every other amenity that a wholesome estate like this should have. Now, Billionaire City by Cedarwood, aside from the amazing features it will have, is enjoying good infrastructural development, which you can see. And guess what? This is even pre-launch, right? Billionaire City by Cedarwood also enjoys an amazing location. Sitting on the scenic Amachai quarters, Billionaire City by Cedarwood is a stone throw away from your favorite landmarks. Talk about the Asaba Benin Expressway, talk about the Asaba International Airport, which means that you actually have ease of access when you acquire a parcel of land at Billionaire City by Cedarwood or when you eventually live here. Aside from these landmarks, you also have the Nexen Octo Center, there's the Asaba Ultramodern Mechanic Village, and of course other landmarks in the city of Asaba. Billionaire City by Cedarwood has the title called Freehold, and here you can acquire a parcel of land at the pre-launch price of 10.5 million naira. But guess what? When the window closes, you'll be acquiring a parcel of land here for 15 million naira. If you do the math, you'd realize that you'll be saving a whooping 4.5 million naira when you subscribe for a parcel of land at Billionaire City by Cedarwood. But guess what? One plot of land isn't enough for you. How about you get more and more? When you do the math, you see how much you're saving. And of course, if you have the investment mindset, you see how much you're making in return on investment. Do well to subscribe to Billionaire City by Cedarwood because this estate will be pretty sold out. In the last couple of days, we've had dozens and dozens of realtors and investors come here. Everyone loves it here. I do too. And hopefully, I'll have a plot at Billionaire City by Cedarwood. Thank you.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Thought I'm gone, but I'm coming back. You know I'm quick like a heart attack. I'm taking back the throne. I'm alive, I'm alive.
Why oh why am I the only one who sees it? The devil's in the details, everything's strategic. I need holy water, I need Holy Spirit. You can lay and ride, I resurrect like Jesus. Run up like I've been at this. Go 100% with it. Jump on a jet and deliver a message to enemies, haters, and nemesis. And if I miss, I'm coming back, made up.
All right, it's Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to the very last session for today on Nigeria's first real estate radio, Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. It is the Voice Up program. Trust you had a beautiful. So I was about saying Friday, and I can't have. No, not Friday, Wednesday. Trust you had a beautiful Wednesday, and yes, it is another time where we come together and voice up on matters and issues that is of serious concern to us. It is a time where we come together to, just say it as it is. The way, just talk the way they take do you. Express the place where the very place where the shoe they pain you, the very just voice it up irrespective of what it is, irrespective of how personal it could be and all that. If it is something you can talk about, feel free, come together, everyone, wherever you are. Let's come together and voice up together. Yeah, the aim of this very show every Wednesday at 4 p.m. is to give you the opportunity to just express yourself. Let it out. Let it all out. Let it all out. Let it all out. Let it all out. When you keep bottling your emotions, when you keep when you lock it in, someday somehow it's just going to burst, and you might really don't want you don't want it to happen that way. All right, so at every given point in time, you just need to let it all out, and this is a platform that is highly confidential. This is the platform that you are 100% safe. This is a platform where you can voice up irrespective of what it is.
You can lay and ride, I resurrect.
Your fears, your concerns, your worries, your confessions, your questions, your everything, literally everything that you've always wanted to talk about. You can talk it here. You can say it. You can say it here. You can say it here. Yeah,
Put me in a box.
Yeah. All right.
You're gonna pay for what you stole.
So probably you stole something. You want to make it up to someone. You want to make it up with someone. All right. You want to make it up to someone. You want to apologize. You want to create. You want peace to reign. You just want to voice up. We are Nigeria's first real estate radio, Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. My name is David. I'm always delighted to come your way every way. We are live on YouTube and on Facebook, so irrespective of wherever you are, do well to join us. Irrespective of what you're doing, do well to join us, and let's talk via the comment section, either live on Facebook or YouTube, and also our WhatsApp number.
I need Holy Spirit. You can lay and ride, I resurrect like Jesus. Run up like I've been at this. Go 100% with it. Jump on a jet and deliver a message to enemies, haters, and nemesis. And if I miss, I'm coming back. Made a promise to finish this. I had the power from Genesis. That's only one.
So yeah, last week we started a conversation, and like I always say on the Voice Up show, irrespective of what we're talking about, feel free to also talk about anything else. So I'll go over it again. Yeah. When we come on the Voice Up show, we bring conversations, we bring topical conversations. And we believe that these conversations can be personal to you. You might actually have an experience concerning that very conversation or that topic on ground. The aim also is to give you or ginger you relatable conversations when you find yourself in a gathering, a conference, a training, and someone is sharing his or her stories, or there is a conversation on ground that you can relate with, you can relate to. It gives you that morale. So, okay, yeah, I have a question. And you said something concerning this. Based on what we were talking about, I have an experience, you see it now. So it gives you that morale to just speak up and ask questions. And that is the aim for bringing topics, conversations on the Voice Up program. Not, deviating away from the original script or the original plan or the original purpose, the main purpose for the voice of show. So irrespective of what we are talking about, irrespective of the topic on ground, irrespective of the topic for the day, you can also talk about anything else as far as you are willing to talk about it. 10 steps to cutting someone off and out of your life for good. We started that conversation last week, and we're just going to have the concluding part of that conversation, and hopefully if we have one or two things from anyone, we'll just take it and then we'll move on. Last week we began this conversation on ways to cutting someone off and out of your life. I said just about all of us have had someone in our lives whom we've tolerated rather than appreciated. Do well to just go back to the previous. It's on the Facebook timeline, so you might just have to scroll to the last Voice Up program. This is the latest, so the last one or the previous one. And so you can just have a glimpse of what the first part of the conversation was all about. Usually, I also mentioned that usually it's a situation where a friendship or romantic relationship that started out wonderfully has sourced, but neither party wants to admit that. So just about all of us, literally everyone, have had someone in our lives whom we've tolerated rather than appreciated. And I said usually it's a situation where a friendship or romantic relationship that started out wonderfully has soured, but neither party wants to admit that. At other times, there's a family member who has been abusive or for a lengthy period of time, and we just can't take it anymore. All right, in situations like this and every other situations, there comes a time where when all we want is for that person not to be in our lives any longer. You just have that one person in your life that is always giving you stress, always just stressing you out emotionally, physically, and all the at least that you can think of, you can talk of. And you just get to a point where you just want to lay this person off and just let go of this person and just to have, yourself, have your peace of mind and all that. So many of us tolerate uncomfortable situations and people's company far longer than we should out of a sense of obligation or compassion. But there comes a time when compassion for self means that we need to take more drastic action. We've, tolerated this bad attitude, this bad relationship. You don't even need to, but for some of us, for many people out there, they've tolerated, bad attitude, bad behavior, bad relationship, bad friendship for a long time, way longer than we should, which is not, ideal. It's not good, So that's when you come to that point where you say, oh boy, enough is enough. I just need to, let go of this person out of my life. All right. That is a point where we need to seriously, when we get to that point, you just get to a point where you just seriously need to consider cutting this person for, the obvious reasons that is, very, very beneficial to you. And there are steps that you should take. All right. So you don't end up in an unnecessary, what's the word now? Unnecessary fight or unnecessary issue with that person. All right. The first thing I said is you can use the gray rock method. You can apply the gray rock method. That is you being cold towards this person. You being, boring to this person. All right. You can also have a little contact with them as possible. That is you, cutting your closeness, cutting the level of closeness you have with this person. So have as little contact with them is another way you can, And then the third thing I said, restrict them from your social media feeds, your WhatsApp status, just generally your social media feeds, all right? And then number 4, I said, confide in those you trust. Also let someone know that I'm trying to just get rid of this person. I don't want this person to also be in touch get in touch with me through you and all that. So you can also confide in people you trust. Number 5, I said, if necessary, get the law involved. All right. If necessary, get the law involved. I mean, this is applicable to situations where, the person in question is probably violent and, your life is at risk. Your life is at risk. There's just something very risky. Your life is at risk. Your life is in danger. You just need to get the law involved. All right. So we'll continue. Number 6, get actual physical distance if possible. Yes, get actual physical distance if possible. In extreme cases, you can also pick up and move somewhere else. This is one of the best ways to cut people out of your life. Yes, because you literally be in a complete different place from where they are. You don't want to see this person. You don't want to be in touch with this person. You don't want to have an encounter with this person in any and every way. So you just have to consider moving out. Situations when it comes to cutting people off, the situations really differs. All right. So depending on the situation you find yourself, you have to. That is why we have 10 steps. So you can actually apply any of these steps that is best for you and the situation you find yourself. So, have you ever moved far from home before? If so, you've probably noticed that precious few people will keep in contact with you, with those who have left their immediate social circles. It's very much an out of mind situation. If staying in contact with you requires real efforts, then very few people will take the effort to do so, unless you are stuck where you are. Unless you're stuck where you are because of familiar obligations like shared child custody or elderly parents who need your help, consider moving somewhere else. You're not a tree and you can put down roots somewhere else. You can, take your roots. You're not a tree. Even trees said that they uproot and put for somewhere else. So, all right. So you can just consider moving somewhere else. Like I said, you're not a tree. You can put down roots somewhere else. This type of move would be an excellent opportunity to cut ties with unwanted contacts and forge a new set of friendship and relationships. All right. So don't leave any nasty parting comments. Just change your number, get a new email, get a new address, just disappear. Try as much as possible to just distance yourself from this toxic person, toxic relationship, toxicity.
Gone, but I'm coming back.
And then the 7th step you can take is to what? Avoid a desire to seek closure. Avoid the desire to seek closure. When cutting someone off, many people have to, many people have some kind of official closure. All right, you know what I'm talking about already. They often feel that it will make them feel better or stronger, especially after endured long-time abuse or mistreatments. The problem with this is that they will never get the closure they seek. Confronting an abuser or a narcissist will never go the way they want it to. Abusive, self-centered people will never have magical epiphanies about their crap behavior simply because someone else has raised a mirror for them. They won't look at mouse or text or super long mails and realize they've been the baddies all along. In fact, they'll likely either laugh at what they consider to be the other person's mental illness, at interpreting their actions that way, or use of that as fuel for incendiary retaliations. The only closure you'll be able to get is the closure you choose. So consider, or just consider having a distance, yeah? Avoid the desire to seek closure, all right?
Heart attack. I'm taking back the throne. I'm alive, I'm alive.
I resurrect like Jesus. Number 8, there says, don't trash talk the person you've cut off. Many people do this. Many people do it a lot. Don't trash talk whosoever you've cut off. When you cut someone out of your life, imagine that you just imagine that they no longer exist in your world. Don't badmouth them. Don't gossip about them. Don't go about castigating and saying all sorts. There's absolutely no need. And you see, people that do this, it's just a sign. Probably might just say it's a sign of being petty, and also a sign that you're pained. Yeah, you're really pained, but just when you don't talk about them behind them, it just shows your level of maturity and strength. All right, so don't badmouth them to other people. Don't even acknowledge that they exist. If anyone asks you why you don't talk to this person anymore, simply say that your relationship with them had run its course and leave it at that. Necessarily don't need to go into details, or let them know that whatever went down was between the two of you. End of. When we trash talk people we've cut out of our lives, it makes others question our motivations and puts us in a very negative light. You see it now. So the best way is just to not get involved in any form of conversation that would put you in a situation where you begin to badmouth people you've cut off in your life. You probably might not really, you necessarily don't have to go into full details. All right, you necessarily don't have to go into full details. Just have a way of giving a light information. Say, well, I don't think I want to be friends with this person anymore, and that's the reason. There are just some things about this person that doesn't go well with me, that doesn't go well with me, and I just feel I don't need it, and I don't want to continue being friends, being in a relationship, or being married to this person. All right, rather than he's a bad person, he's an evil person, he's not it's not necessary. She'll grab. It's absolutely not necessary.
The devil's in the details, everything's strategic. I need holy.
Yeah, everything's strategic. So you just have to take strategic steps out of everything I've said to you. You should be able to pick one step. You should be able to apply at least one of it when you want to cut people off your life, and ensure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Ensure you're doing it for obviously for the right reasons. You can't cut people off your life. Well, on the other hand, this is what I'm thinking now. When you probably want to cut somebody off your life that is giving you bad energy or wrong motivation. And you shouldn't cut people off your life out of jealousy. So if cutting people out of your life is not for the right reason, you're also getting it wrong. You see it now. So the number 9 step I have here says, once you cut someone out of your life, keep them out of your life. Does that sound familiar to you? Because there are some people, sometimes I've seen quite some funny posts on Twitter, and some people say, sex with your ex, what does it mean? Or dates, going out. You see it now. Once you cut someone out of your life, keep them out of your life. It can be incredibly tempting to get back in touch with people after they've been out of your life for a while. And that reminds me of a lady I had a discussion with, who was, in a relationship with somebody who happens to be my friend. and we got talking. We said quite a number of things, and she shared her experience with me, with this very person, how her relationship with this person was violent, and all that. She said quite a number of things. And one funny thing that she also said was the fact that even after the relationship ended between her and this friend of mine, they were still seeing. They were still talking. In fact, they were still sleeping with each other. And in my head, I'm like, yo, hold on. Like, what's going on here? Are you there? What do you mean? Okay, you claim that okay. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I, I, I don't think she actually said all those things just to paint him bad or what. Probably it was possible that it happened from beating to abuse and all that. But then at the end of the day, okay, yeah, you were in an abusive. The relationship was abusive. The relationship was this. The relationship was that. The excuse that she actually gave was the fact that the other room was a good deal, yeah, and and once in a while they'll just meet and just have a session together. I'm like, somebody that you complain that. So what's the essence of you getting to meet again? And so when once you cut someone out of your life, keep them out of your life. You can't say, I don't cut this person out of my life, and you're still in touch with the person. You're still calling the person, or you're still texting the person just to check up on you. Then you're not ready to cut the person out of your life. Then it means that you're cutting this person out of your life. It's not for the main goal. It's not for the good reason or whatever reason that you claimed it was for. Or you see it now. So once you cut people out of your life, keep them out of your life. This is especially true if there was a strong emotional bond between you, such as parent and child, or between lovers. Yeah, it happens a lot. So you see people who are out of a relationship or out of marriage with someone, and they are still seeing each other. They are still having some bedroom vibes with each other and all that. So it's very common amongst people who have who have had very strong bond, or there's just something connecting them, probably a child or something like that. So it's a unique situation, but at times, like in situations like this, it's important to go back and remember what their behavior was like towards you. Remember their patterns and how they would alternate between love bombing you and treating you like crap. All right, or waking you up in the middle of the night to help them with a drama crisis, but then leaving you high and dry when you needed help and support. Don't look them up online to see what they are up to, and avoid asking any mutual friends how these people are doing. A lot of you do it a lot. You've ended your friends, your relationship, or your friendship with this person or that person, and then you are prognosing, you are monitoring alpha. You are asking questions. You are viewing the person's status secretly. You're monitoring the person's movement, monitoring the person's life, monitoring the person's progress. Intentionally putting up posts just to spike the other person. You see it now. It's absolutely not necessary. If you've ended whatever it is that you have with this person, move on. You don't cut person out of your life. Move on. Irrespective of where the person is going to, what the person is doing, what the person is becoming, let go. Forget her totally. So yeah, you understand me? So don't look them up online to see what they are up to, and avoid asking any mutual friends how these people are doing. Instead, envision your power connection with them as a ship that has long sailed. Sure, you can have a few fond memories or whatever you shared with them, but pay more attention to the detritus they left in their way.
Prove it. Why, oh, why am I the only one who sees it? The devil's in the details.
Remember the bad times you had with them. Remember the bad things that happened. Remember all the situation that fight that temptation with everything on the inside of you, not to, go back or be in touch with this person or find this person or monitor this person. Exercise your high level of maturity when doing that. All right.
I'm still 7 steps ahead of heaven, heavily immersed. Shotty in the.
Many of us are guilty of this. Even me. I miss it. I am very. Sometimes I just go and check the status. I say, you now be doing your nose like this. By the end of the day, it's not necessary. Okay.
Coming back.
Yeah, we are coming
like
back.
a heart attack.
But we're not coming back to the wrong person. No.
The throne.
The very last one here: be gentle with yourself about this decision. Be gentle with yourself about this decision. Okay? When few people choose to cut others out of their lives just for the fun of it, in fact, very few people, not when few people, very few people choose to cut others out of their lives just for the fun of it. In fact, most of the people who end up going to contact most of the people who end up going no contact are those who have been pushed to do something because of other people's horrible behavior towards them. Cutting someone off is an act of ridicule experience, ridicule self-love. It shows that you care about and respect yourself enough to put your own well-being ahead of someone else's wants. You likely need to be strong in that self-care during the process, as you will undoubtedly come across some nasty negative pushback from other people. Narcissists will often employ the help of flying monkeys in the form of mutual friendship or mutual friends, acquaintances, and family members in an attempt to get back to you. They may try to lie to you or otherwise shock you to force you to get back in touch with them. It's not uncommon for narcissists and those with borderline personality disorder to come up with stories about mutual loved ones being hurt or dying just to make a person call or text them. To them, that kind of behavior is totally excusable if it means getting what they want out of the situation. Make your own psychological, emotional, and physical well-being the top priority, all right? When cutting someone out of your life, when is cutting someone out of your life the right thing to do? Let's know, and let's just take a few from that very one. The person is abusing you physically, emotionally, or mentally. All right? When is that very point? At what point are you going to get to before you now say, okay, yes, before you say, I want to cut this person out of my life? At what point should it get to? At what point should it get to? The very first one is the person is abusing you physically, emotionally, or mentally. You see, many people are very sick on the draw when it comes to cutting others off. For example, those who have cluster B personality disorders like borderline personality disorders can have very black and white thinking when it comes to those in their social circles. As soon as another person behaves in a manner outside what they consider to be ideal, they are suddenly the worst person who has ever lived and need to be cut out of their lives immediately. For most other people, There are specific behaviors that once accumulated can be solid arguments for cutting someone out of their lives. Most folks are inclined to give others several chances to change their behaviors and redeem themselves, especially if they sincerely care about these people. I've given people chances. I need you to change. I need you to be a better person. I have every reason to cut you out of my life, but I just want you to be a better person. I just want you to change. I'm just giving you more opportunity. But if those causing them grief either show no remorse for their actions or continue their behavioral patterns despite being confronted about them many times, then an excision is often best course of action. Most importantly, you know that cutting them off is the right thing to do if you feel that your personal safety, whether physical, emotional, or mental, is at risk of them. People may want to cut others out of their lives for a number of different reasons, but hesitate to do so because of social pressures. For example, a wife who is in a toxic relationship with her husband doesn't want to cut him off, doesn't want to leave that relationship. You don't want to leave that relationship, you don't want to leave that marriage because of social construct, because of social pressures. Or, someone might want to cut an abusive family member because they've damaged, they've done so much damage over years. But their siblings and other relatives try to pressure them into staying in that contact, all in the name of family. As a result, the person being abused might feel like they are, being spiteful for wanting to end the relationship. They make you feel bad. They make you feel like you're not making, it's not good, and that the decision you're about to take, no, don't do that. They make you feel like, no, you shouldn't allow that. So as a result, the person, being abused might feel like they are being spiteful for wanting to end the relationship, even though they know they would feel so much healthier and happier after doing so. But you see, at the end of the day, your mental health matters to you. Your happiness matters to you than every other person. Nobody can be happy people can be happy on your behalf, but nobody can feel your pain. So how can you know if you're doing the right thing by cutting them off rather than being cruel or vindictive? There are a number of situations that are solid clues telling you, you need to cut the cord for your own sake. And the very first one, like I made mention, is when the person or you find yourself in a situation where someone is abusing you physically, emotionally, and mentally. Secondly, when you are being used financially. I gave an example of a friend of mine who is always on Billings Way. He is always on Billings Way every time. Half an hour waiting day, half an hour waiting day, half an hour waiting day, half an hour waiting day. When you are being used financially, when someone is physically, emotionally, and mentally abusing you every now and then. Thirdly, when you've been betrayed, when your trust have been betrayed badly, so much that the trust can never be rebuilt. Number 4, you can't be yourself around this person, but instead have to pretend to be something you're not to keep them happy or to keep them from mocking you. I've been in that situation severally. You just want to be, you're not yourself around this person. You're not happy around this person. You're always pretending around this person. All right? So rather than pretending, rather than just trying to manage, no. Probably you don't want to. So when you find yourself in a situation where you can't be yourself around somebody, where you have to pretend to be someone or something you're not, just to keep them happy or keep them from mocking you, it's a sign that you need to cut yourself from that person. Number 5, the person is treating you like their personal therapist, emotional support animal. Another situation is when you find yourself in a situation where your relationship is entirely one-sided. When your relationship is entirely one-sided, you put in a ton of effort and they don't reciprocate. They don't reciprocate, not create, reciprocate. Another situation is, they perpetually put you down. For example, body shaming, insulting you, making jest of you and all that. Another situation is when you don't share the same values and morals anymore. When your values, your morals, your ideologies becomes different. That doesn't mean you can't be friends or partners with this kind of people. I mean, people who have, different, ideology, thinking pattern, different religion, different political beliefs, different values, different morals from yours. It doesn't mean you can't be friends or partners with them. But if they are being hateful or extreme, acting as though your beliefs are wrong, that is usually a sign to step away. You can be friends with somebody who has a different belief, religious belief, ideology and all that. But when it becomes extreme, extreme, then you know that no, this is the point where I need to just let go. All right? Another situation is whenever you spend time with them, you feel drained, angry, or depressed. You need to move. Another situation is their actions don't match their words. They might constantly say that they are going to do things, but not follow up or apologize for hurtful actions, but keep doing them. When their actions don't match their words, they apologize every now and then. I'm sorry, but no change. You need to cut off. When you find yourself in another situation where you are worried about upsetting them or saying the wrong thing because they will blow up at you. I remember somebody like that. Any small correction, you flame up. You are worried about upsetting them or saying the wrong thing because they will blow up at you for it. Essentially, you're walking on eggshells at all times. So you're being careful. You're walking on eggshells at all times. You're being careful what you say. You're being careful what you do around them so that they don't get. You see now. Another situation is, when they make you feel obligated to show them physical affection on demand. This could be a hug, a kiss, or sex, whether you want it or not. When you find yourself in a situation with someone, that makes you feel obliged, feel obligated to show them physical affection on demand. The demand for hug. Hug me by fire, by thunder. Kiss me by fire, by thunder. It didn't come out very well. Another situation is you are constantly called in to deal with their drama, immediate fight, or save them at all times. Every time you are intervening for them, every time you are saving them, every time you are there, every time they are calling you, your friend have committed again, no, your boyfriend have committed again, no, your girlfriend has committed again, no, your husband. You might consider. They make you feel anxious or afraid to be in their presence. And lastly, you honestly can't stand this person at all and want absolutely nothing to do with them ever again. These signs, if you're encountering any of these signs, is enough reason to cut that person out of your life.
Jump on a jet and deliver a message to enemies, haters, and nemesis. And if I miss, I'm coming back, made a promise to finish this. I had the power since Genesis. That's only one of the benefits. That's why the Hummers and motorcades do 100 through tunnels into the bridge. They should be under my tutelage.
We'll have the concluding part of this conversation next week, Wednesday. It's 4:45, and it is time to say my goodbyes. Thank you very much From the Morning Delights to the Real Estate in Nigeria program to the Voice All program, it has been a wonderful time this beautiful Wednesday. We're back again at 10 a.m. on Friday and then 4 p.m. And also in between is the SOS live stream. God bless you all and see you all again on Friday.
Shotty in the Chevy, lady got the semi in the purse. I'm still living, I'm still getting it, I'm still working it.
This estate is very beautiful, very nice. I have good news for you. In this city of Owerri, we have very affordable land that is currently selling. This is a new estate in the city of Owerri. Guess what? This is Cedarwood City Estate, Phase 2, Obako Owerri. This estate is very sweet. Opposite our estate is Road Safety Office. That's opposite our estate. Our neighbor here is Lubos Manufacturing Company. You know what it means? Manufacturing company, they have many workers. They have up to 700 workers. I know what it means. Looking for houses to rent. You want to live somewhere close to their working place. So what it means that you need to buy this land, build and rent it out to people. But this place is buy and build. It's selling with a promo price of 5.5 million naira. Just 5.5. You'll be a landowner in this estate. And it's a stable dry land. It's trackable from here to Obako Junction. And it's facing Onitsha Express Road. From here you see the vehicle moving, passing. Freehold is the land title of this Cedarwood City Phase 2. So if you're an investor and you're looking for a place to invest in the city of Owerri, Obako is here for you. Cedarwood City Estate, Owerri Phase 2, Obako is here for you. You need to be a landowner in this wonderful place. And Obako is fast developing. Many people are really moving to Obako. It's a perfect place for you to invest. Clearing has begun in this estate. We are really clearing the place because very soon we'll start perimeter fencing and gatehouse in this estate. As you can see, Caterpillar is there working. It's already working. So what you need to do is you rush to this estate and acquire your own property. 1 year from now, we are going to start our plot demarcation in this estate. So if you are looking for a point and kill estate in the city of Owerri, this estate is here for you. I remember my humble self, Emmanuel Madriki, BDM of P1 Plus Owerri, in charge of this beautiful estate. Remember, we are here to serve you.